Hello there and welcome to this video on the Component 2 Practical Programming exam paper. In this video we're looking at question 5, which is the practical programming question, and I'm going to do this one in Python. I've already done it in Visual Basic and now we're going to look at Python. So I've got my Visual Studio 2019 set up, which is my IDE. I have my code in there, which is the icestaff.py file that was provided by the exam board, and then I've also, in my project folder, I've got the staff text file as well, which has one entry in there currently. Now, in the exam paper, it says, IceZone wants a computer system to be developed using Python that meets the following requirements. So it needs to be able to store staff details, recall and count specific staff details, the ability to check the ice temperature ranges and that they're in a suitable range, and the ability to store and recall the last temperature input by the user. So it tells us to go ahead and open the icestaff file, read through the code and familiarize yourself with its contents. The file contains incomplete code, which is intended to allow IceZone to store and count staff with specific details. Complete the code for 4 marks. So let's have a go then, and let's complete the code. First we have to go from top to bottom, going through. So it looks like I've got a procedure to save staff, I've got a procedure to count the staff, and I also, it keeps going, I also have a procedure to make window, which must be my graphic user interface, judging by the Tkinter elements that are going on. Oh, I've got some red lines there, that doesn't like that. And I can see the errors here, it says 6 errors, click the error box, and you can see unexpected token, syntax error, etc, etc. So let's go to the top and work our way through. So in the save staff procedure, I imagine when a button is clicked it will save the staff or something like that. We get the data from the object, the input box on the graphic user interface, and then we pad it out. So we left justify, so move it all left, and pad it out to 50 characters in total. And we do that for staff ID, first name, surname and postcode. Then it says file handling here. So remember, with file handling there are 3 options available to us. Okay, so step 1, I say options, 3 steps let's say. Step 1, we open the file, and you do that in a number of different ways. So you can open it in read, write or append mode in Python. Step 2, we need to do something. So are you going to read from it, are you going to write to it? What are you going to do? Then you've got step 3, which is close the file. And that's what each line does really. Each line does one of those. So file object, open, open. What are we opening? What are we going to open? Well, go back to my little text file there. Okay. What's it called? So you can see it was provided. I've only got one text file in there. It's called staff.txt this. So I imagine this would be staff.txt. We're opening it in append mode, and you're going to append all of those variables up there that we've taken from the user interface, and then we close the file. And that's it. Scroll on down, we count the staff. So here, yeah, you get all the boxes again. So you get all the data from the input boxes on the screen. Here you've got some kind of presence checking, because it says if not staff ID save equals blank. So if it's not blank, add 1. Simple as that. And then it adds all of them up together. If count needed equals 0, so it's gonna actually say, well, please enter something to count, which is a presence check. And then it says try to open file object. Well, again, we've just done that before, that was easy. Staff.txt, and we're going to read what's in staff.txt. If there's nothing, if it fails on this try section here, it will jump to the accept part and it will output error, no file to read. Then we've got the else part where we actually add up all of these records. So if the record's blank, if the line that we read is blank, then we close the object and we stop. But if it's not blank and we actually do have a record, then we slice off the first 50 characters and we count it. We slice off the next 50 characters, and that'll be first name. and we count it, and then we've got surname next 50, postcode next 50. And then if what you've counted matches what you've got, add 1 to it. And that should return how many times or how many elements in the file you actually have and you match with. So onward we go to make the window. We've got some global variables here. Very nice. We've got a Tkinter object, we've got a frame, we pack the frame. First label says iStaff, so that's like some kind of title. Then we've got the staff ID, first name box, surname box, postcode box. Yeah? So it's got a label first, followed by the entry box. And then frame 2 says frame 2 pack, and then we've got B1. B1, it's got a command on it, so I imagine this is a button. So I will put in there button. Now it's an object, so it needs a capital letter on it in Tkinter. So there we go, button. And I don't think there's any more errors, and we're at the bottom now. Surely it can't have been that many errors. That was it, really? 4 marks for that? Crazy. Okay. Let's give it a whirl. See if it does what it's supposed to do. Okay, that's good, John. You've not ran the right. So I need to run this iStaff.py file. So I'm going to set that as the startup file and run it again. Okay. Staff ID. 102. First name. John. In it goes. So I'll click save. Okay, great. Nothing happened. That's scary. Let's go open up our staff file. Okay, no, it did. It saved. It saved. You can see my result there. And you can see that from 102, that's 3 characters. And then you've got all, so that's exactly 50 characters, 50 characters. And that's why it pads it out to 50 characters. Equally spaces everything. All right then, fine. So we know, just look at those IDs for me a second. 101 and 102. Let's see if we can do some searching for these. So if I put in here count, it counts 1 because it's found 1 record that says Jonathan Barker, etc. Right? If I take these out here, it still finds 1 because it's matching just the staff ID now. And then 101, count that, yeah, matches, etc. If I don't put anything in at all, count. There's your presence check kicking in, etc. So I'm pretty happy with that. 4 marks in the bag. Let's go back to our exam paper.